Hi everybody, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. In a few days, I'm releasing a new single. It's called Falling Snow, and I'm so excited for you to hear it. A couple of weeks ago, I went into the studio with Mike Scott, Bruce Lett, and James Yoshizawa to record, and I got footage of basically everything. Without giving away too much of the song, I would like to show you several moments that happened in the studio, because I think you might learn something from it. I definitely learn something from it every time I'm in the studio. The instrumentation is bass, guitar, drums, piano, and vocal. And though I had most things kind of meticulously planned for the day in the studio, there were some things that I left up to chance and to the great sensibilities of my good musician friends. I'm going to kind of talk you through a few of these moments, and I hope you have a good time listening and watching. I'll also let you know that this song is a song that I wrote for my son Miles when he went away to college last fall. And the artwork is an old photograph of ours, doctored up just a little bit by my son Louie. My talking, and maybe pull out the click at the very end so we can have a nice rubato ending that we feel together, just on that 2-5-1.
Listen to it. Listen to the end, see what it sounds like.
Yeah,
without the stuff. How'd you feel about the rest of it?
I felt pretty good.
It was nice.
Yeah.
I felt good.
We want to hear the last about 8 bars without click and without her talking.
Let's just have a bit more of a plan than that. Let's just have a little bit more of a plan than that. So last 4. Softly as the gently falling snow. And then I'll just pull us right out of time.
How about this? We go bum, and then you're going to cue us. You're going to give us a head nod, so it'll be like this.
Perfect. Okay.
And you nod, and we go with your nod.
Great. Okay.
Want to try that?
On the 2, on the 5, on the 1. Yeah. Perfect. Last 4. 2.
Last 8.
Last 8.
Well, just do 1, 2, 5 in tempo, and then 1 with the rubato.
Yeah. So last 4, but okay. That's
With
written.
the tag.
2, 3, 4. As the gently falling snow. Yeah, that'll be great. I wonder, I think the bass sounds very boomy. I don't know about the way we've got it mic'd, and I hope that these recordings will come out okay. Like, I don't hear enough definition. What do you think, Bruce? Do you guys want to mess with that for a second?
See, I only use 1 so that I can hear myself. So we can go in the booth and check.
You want to go hear what it sounds like in the...
Yeah, let's go listen.
Yeah, okay. I just don't want to do really good takes and then have never had a good bass sound. Well, we ended up with a really good ending, and we also ended up fixing the bass issue. Once we got into the studio with the monitors to listen, we discovered that it was just a problem with our headphones and that it wasn't a problem when we listened on the monitors. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is the trading between Mike Scott and I. Mike and I have been playing together for many years, and I'd like to think we've gotten pretty good at trading or, reading each other as we improvise together. I really wanted that to be a part of this song. So here's a few takes for you to hear. One of them was a good one. 2 of them were not. Is it okay? Just hop right into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was okay though.
I do too.
That was a good take.
Yeah, that
I think it
was
was a
nice.
good take.
I liked the way you guys played it off of each other.
It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
That was a nice one, yeah.
What do you think? You want to listen to it?
Sure.
We can listen. Let's just throw one more on for the hell of it.
Let's
and
throw
then
one more on.
we'll be done.
I like that, Bruce. Let's put a star next to that one somehow, David. I think it was a good one. So which one do you think we went with? It's pretty clear to me, especially watching back. Yeah, number 2 for the win. All right, the next thing is discussing what Mike's going to do while Bruce plays these bass fills. Oh, David, I'm sorry. Can we start one more time? There's one thing I wanted to say. As Bruce is doing those fills in that part, you've been kind of laying out during it.
Yeah, I've just been, this part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been sustaining the chord.
Do you think that's?
I can do more if you want.
I
mean, I just kind of like.
That's probably all right. Okay, let's just keep it like that.
Okay.
I want you to do what you feel. Okay.
But do you want me to keep a comping pattern going through
Well,
there?
that's what I was thinking.
Sure. That's easy
So
to
try
do.
it once. Let's just try it with the comping this time.
All right.
Just
Okay.
keep a rhythm
Yeah,
going.
I think so.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Cool.
That's easy.
Later that night, James came in to lay down the drums. Now, I know from recording in the past that in this case, with a sensitive kind of bossa nova, I wanted to make sure bass, drums, and piano were completely locked in before we even thought of laying drums down. I wanted to hear everything without the washiness of the drums and make sure that it was all just like I wanted it. And plus, this way, we wouldn't have to worry about drums getting into everybody's microphones. So James had been telling me about his hybrid kit. He's got a cajon kick drum, a couple of bongos in place of toms, like a super fun hi-hat that has holes all in it. It's called a Swiss hi-hat, and a little modified snare. Anyway, when I heard it, I thought it was perfect for this. Very organic, earthy kind of feeling, and I'm glad we went with it. He came up with some really beautiful colors. I let James live with a scratch track that I had made of my tune so that he could, listen to it and get the feel for it a little bit. But it turns out James's feel was much different than the one I had envisioned for him. So I didn't give him any direction the first time, and I just let him go for it. And it ended up just being much too much, but you'll see how we handle it. like a whole lot less.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Like it felt like you were driving it rather than ornamenting it, which
Sure.
is more, I think, what I'm going for.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So I think the constant symbol is a little like that's kind of like a driving thing that
Sure.
I almost wonder if brushes wouldn't be a better way to go, but I don't know how that goes on that kit.
I could do that. Yeah. We can see how that sounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I was even thinking of just having you come in with a shaker for 8 bars and then slowly add like little toms and then as we get to the solo maybe then you're playing your full kit.
Okay.
But like yeah, it's supposed to, it's soft and
Sure.
nostalgic and stuff. Okay, cool. I'm trying to.
Is there a way I can EQ the bass so it's getting rid of some of the lower frequencies in it? Yeah. No, the upright bass. Yeah.
James switched to brushes for me, and this is the second take. So this take was a lot closer for me. I liked it a lot better because it was more ornamental and less driving, which is what we were going for. But somehow it was still keeping time a little bit too much, and James thought he could do a better, washier kind of take. Yeah, James, where'd you go?
Okay. Do you want to? I'm still just figuring out how all this translates into this. Do you still want it to be more sparse or almost more like ballad-like than?
That was really nice.
Oh, okay.
I liked that a lot. If you'd like to try a little something different for one more take, you can.
Okay. Or even I could do the same vibe and just still like figuring out which drums I didn't want to use and all that stuff.
I think your splash sticks out to me when it.
Okay, sure.
Maybe stay away from it.
Sure.
I don't know unless you feel like it's pretty like authentic to the style or.
No.
Okay.
When you're doing your brushes, which are you doing them on that little mini snare?
Do they come across on this okay?
Yeah, is that where they are? I'm just wondering.
I was doing mostly this. I think at one point I tried that just to see how
Great.
it would work.
It's all good.
Does it, if I'm playing both of these, does this still come out? I guess you can control that afterwards.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
good. They're both mics. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're good. I was just curious.
You really had like the ending was wonderful. I liked how you built into the solos. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
your
Thank you.
sensibilities are amazing.
I mean, I think I would like to do another take just
Okay.
because I'm still figuring out what to do on it.
Yeah, are the super flat vocals bothering you? Would you like to hear? Would you like to do one without?
No, it's
That's okay.
totally fine.
Yeah. Bothered me.
Could I get myself turned up just like 5% in my headphones? Cool, thank you.
So at this point, I'm sitting in the booth with David, just nodding my head and thinking to myself, yeah, this is the vibe I want. It really warmed everything up and felt so nice and just complimentary, which is exactly what I wanted from James. As we got more into the tune, James warmed up a little bit. He's heating up, and you'll hear him use his other percussion a lot more at this section. Would you like to hear it?
Sure, yeah.
Let me pull the vocal out. It's driving me crazy. Well, that gives you a little taste of what we did. I'm so glad I got to share it with you. Hey, if you've stuck with me this far, I'd like you to know that this single will come out on Monday, September 10th. Only available for download at first, so you can get it on iTunes or Amazon or Google Play. But in another 10 days after that, I think it'll be on Spotify for you. I'm sorry not to share the vocal with you, but you can wait until Monday. There'll be some more fun surprises about this single in the week to follow. I'd like to have a Q&A about it. I'd also like to provide the PDF if you want to have the lead sheet for it. And please, if you have any questions about Falling Snow, send them my way and I'll include them in the Q&A. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next time on Aimee Nolte Music.
That's good.
Yeah, that was nice.
I think the last one was better, but it was
Yeah, I'd go with that one.
Yeah.
Either one for you.
Yeah.
Thanks. We'll take a little listen, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can turn the AC back on.
Yes.